Hello everyone and welcome to Lunchlot Gaming channel. I just wanted to make a quick video today answering a question that I get asked a lot, and given that I only have 77 subscribers at the time of recording this, a lot is quite a bit, surprisingly large amount, and that question is usually why isn't this mod available on console, or when is this mod coming to console, or how do I get this map on console, or infinite variations of the same, and it generally sort of indicates that there's not a lot of information available out there, so I figured I'd make a video just answering it. So firstly, before we begin, just a few disclaimers from me. So the first disclaimer is that I am not an overly technical person. The information I'm providing in this video today I have sourced from the internet and from asking people. The second disclaimer is that this isn't about PC or console superiority. I honestly couldn't care less. I think everyone plays the game that they want to play on the platform they want to play, and that's fantastic. I'm just trying to answer a question here. And just before we begin as well, I think it's important to establish what is a mod, because I often hear a lot of questions that indicate there's some confusion about this. So a mod is something that is created free by what we call the modding community. They're available on the Steam Workshop. It's not paid for DLC, it's not created by Wildcard. Nobody makes any money out of it unless you end up in like a sponsored modding program or get a Patreon or something like that. They are 100% fan created, entirely created by users. So when somebody asks when is this map coming to Xbox or whatever, and it's a modded map, that means that it's not a DLC, and unless Wildcard pick it up as part of their sponsored map program, it's never going to come to Xbox. So in order to start answering the question, there's four factors that I've kind of identified. The first is that it is meant to be a closed system. A console is. It's meant to be completely self-contained with no real reference to outside forces apart from updates from the actual creators themselves and the games. Mods go in the face of this ethos because they allow you to create a lot of different effects and different ways of doing things, and they play around quite a lot with various different stuff. The second is that there is no real profit in allowing mods on your platform if you are a console designer. The mods, as I said, are completely free. They're made using other people's intellectual property, which is the game developers and the actual game designers, and they change things within that code. And in order to actually have a modding workshop like Steam does, you need a load of resources and time and money invested into it. And since they're produced entirely for free, you never really get the opportunity to make any money off it if you are the owner of a console company. The third reason is the amount of money that it would take to vet all of these mods. Every time you update something with a mod or with the game itself or with the console, you have to check for compatibility. You have to make sure it's not going to make anything fall over. You have to make sure that it's not going to overclock the CPU to the point where it melts or whatever. In this regard, a PC is slightly more robust, and the modding community itself performs a lot of those checks and balances for you, which keeps the cost down for PC users, essentially. We can lower that. Sploosh. The final reason is performance issues. So certain games are already optimized for console settings. In fact, almost all games that are released are optimized for the latest available console settings. This means that they will already be running as hard as the consoles can support. Mods tend to drastically increase CPU usage, especially big ones. They make everything a lot more expensive to run in terms of the power and energy consumption required and the resources required. This means that consoles which are already operating their maximum capacity, as it were, when they're playing a game like Ark or any AAA game, are always going to have performance issues in terms of like drop frame rates at best when you add a lot of mods in. Additionally, major hardware updates for PCs are relatively inexpensive. For example, if you want to increase the amount of RAM that your PC has, it's just you buy some RAM on the internet and plug it in. It's very easy plug and play technology. Whereas on a console, your only option for really updating the system is to buy a new console, and that's incredibly expensive. This means that the performance issues mentioned affect PC users less, because at the end of the day, PC users can just pick up some more RAM or a new motherboard for relatively cheaply and upgrade their PC quite quickly. So that's the reasons why most mods aren't supported on consoles. The various different stores do various different things. For example, the Microsoft Store, if you purchase Ark on PC through the Microsoft Store, it is possible to get mods. The Epic Store has started to work on a mod functionality, but haven't actually got round to implementing it for more than one game at the moment. I think they're just testing it on MechWarrior 5, Mech Battlegrounds 5, something like that. And the Sony PlayStation Store doesn't allow it at all. The best thing you can do about this, because quite often people, when I answer the question, no, sorry, it's not available on console due to these reasons, quite a lot of people sort of blame Wildcard. It's not really Wildcard's fault. The fact that there is a huge modding community on Steam kind of indicates that Wildcard are completely okay with mods, and it's also not the fault of the mod developers, who would, I assure you, love to get their stuff out to wider audiences. And you know, I personally am hugely of the opinion that mods should be made available to console players as well, mostly because this is a channel that mostly looks at mods, and as a result it would drastically increase my potential audience. So what you can do about it, there's no easy fix. The best thing to do is write letters of complaint, I suppose, to Sony and to Microsoft to try and push them into allowing for mods for Ark on their stores. But yeah, for the reasons I've listed already, I think it's going to be a long time before they're willing to do that. Anyway, I hope this video has answered your questions. I hope it's been helpful. I've certainly enjoyed making it. The mods that you've seen in this, by the way, are the Superstructures mod, Advanced Rafts, Eco's RP Decor, Eco's Garden Decor, and the Super Trank Rifle, and the Tech Water Gun, which I just found today and I think is really awesome. So, I hope it's been of use. If you've enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Even if you're a console player, come subscribe and hang out. You never know, you might see a mod that you think, wow, that is actually worth buying a PC for. If not, that's fine, that's also your choice. And wherever you are in the world, have an absolutely great day and stay safe.